Hi, this is Pastor Tabitha Purple. We are doing our daily devotionals today. We are on day 13. We are looking at an Old Testament book today. It's from the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 10. These are beautiful poetic verses. And verse 10 reads like this: "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be afraid, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will hold on to you with my righteous right hand." Amen. What a powerful message at this time. It seems as though this verse is the one that should guide us and give us comfort at a time when people are afraid. There have been some really sad times happening where people have died alone, where people are losing loved ones and are unable to grieve, unable to say goodbye, unable to be there with them in their hour of need. And people are really experiencing great fear that this is going to happen to them. There are people who are isolated and alone, who have lost loved ones, who are unable to have their family nearby because of underlying health reasons, and so are more nervous and more afraid than they could be. There are people whose jobs have been taken and who are not knowing where their next meal will come from or whether they'll be able to stay in their apartment. There are very, very difficult things that are happening in this world. You know, in the middle of the corona crisis, there was an earthquake that happened in Europe also. And, you know, it's as if those people were like, we are suffering and now there's an earthquake, and how do we help people when we shouldn't be near people? We have to rescue people. And there are some really painful conversations. There have been people who have had racist abuse hurled at them because some people do not understand, even at a time of crisis, that we are one human family and they should not be hurling racist abuse at other people, blaming them for a problem that they have no business blaming them for. There are people who have experienced great suffering. There are people who suffer with mental health issues where isolation can be dangerous for them because actually it further enhances the problems that they are having in their mind if they are further isolated. There is a lot of fear. And at a time when there is a lot of fear, what God says to us is, you are not alone. I have not left you or forsaken you. I will be with you. My right hand will guide you. I am there with you. I am the Lord your God. And that brings me so much comfort to know that He is with people. I recently watched the documentary series When Will They See Us? And When They See Us. And I have to be honest, when I got to the last episode, I wept from the beginning of the episode till the end of the episode. I found every minute of watching that painful. I grieved for the young man in question. I grieved for his family. I grieved for the other children. I grieved for the millions of children in America who have been incarcerated in adult prisons when they were children. I grieved for God who had to be in those places with those children and who saw the violence that was enacted upon them by other human beings. I grieved at the prosecutors and the justice departments and the police officers who were involved, who turned a blind eye to the child suffering, who ignored the fact that he was innocent. I grieved through it. I wept and I wept and I wept, and it wasn't even my child. It wasn't even all that he suffered. It was a moment to see his suffering. It was just a show of what he had been through. He had been through so much deeper, and I wept through the whole entire hour. It is not for the faint-hearted, that show, I will say that, but it is for everyone. For us to understand that there is pain and suffering that goes beyond what we can often comprehend. And because of that, this text in Isaiah becomes so important, because in those times when it seems that fear can overtake us, when we can give in and become that which we hate, is the time when we need to remember that God did not create us for this. He did not mean for this to be our reality. He has not left us nor forsaken us. He is not about this situation. He wants more for you, and He wants you to be safe. He wants you to feel loved, and He wants you to know that He is with you. And for some people, that's a really hard thing to hear. because they can't believe that God is like that. But that is exactly what this text tells us. That is exactly who the God of Christianity and Judaism is. This is who God is. The text simply says, do not fear. I am with you. Do not be afraid, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will hold on to you with my righteous right hand. As painful as that is the reality of our God, our good God. Be blessed.